it changes. Another day also because you are different, this sense, how it affects your senses. No? We have chosen also some plants that belong to the country, that belong to Malta. But I mean, I didn't want it to manicure it. We have chosen really things that could make it, because otherwise it was just sand around and it was very dry. I mean, it's a dry landscape normally. You can work with the perceptions that one can have about something, about a reaction, having a reaction to something. So the approach to it is very important, and I'm so interested in people that know that something is there and they go to look for it, and others that are these, let's say, like lost viewers, you know, people that go to see the city. I mean, it's magnificent, the sight you have there, from there. So you don't have so much that lost passerby, because people go with a purpose of looking from there to the sight of the sea and the city. So it's different than an encounter that is totally innocent, but at the same time, so it's a platform, it's a stage already, but in the piece itself, it is a surprise. I mean, it involves that encounter that was not expected, probably. But I think also that one can think in terms of what sculpture is, no? And what can be. And in that sense, it's again always an exploration of how you can work with those elements and those coordinates. To start, I know that it's a temporary place, and that makes it also, and gives another edge to even to the choosing of the place and the relation I have with it. But of course, we are talking about the Maltese
They don't even see
landscape.
you anymore, they see disease,
They
see danger.
And the underground. I'm happy that the place where it is now, even if it's different, it has a very strong relation to the city.
Today we've teamed up with Carlsberg 00 to create a couple of fun fitness challenges with our athletes. The first challenge is going to be a 500-meter sprint on the bike.
Maltese landscape, we are talking about the relation with the sea and the underground. I'm happy that the place where the piece is now, even if it's different, it has a very strong relation to the piece it would have here at Micas. I mean, that place that probably we will install it as a definitive site. The gardens now it's like a cliff, but it's a garden, which is something quite unique in one hand, also weird, because it's like a British garden into a Maltese landscape, and I've tried like to go deep down to recover or to make a point on that memory of the place. It is a piece that is strongly related through the underground to the sea, and that works there too. And And that's the main thing of it. I mean, the landscape around, I'm very interested to do it because I want to talk about memory. And that's a very good way for that piece to recuperate that idea. And then, of course, there is this idea of time that is inherited with all, no? And especially the piece itself also talks about time with the sequence of water, and but also with the approach you have to it and how you need to go around, and that's why the landscape becomes important, because there is a moment that maybe the rocks seem the entrance to the cave, or the piece, I mean the bronzes are so similar to the rocks, but then so there is all these layers or strata of reading that are so much what builds the piece. The sound is a very important element. It's obviously with water, you cannot deny the sound of it. You hear it before you see it, because actually, as I said, with the landscape that we created, it's not so obvious, the piece. I mean, you have to find it, and it's not little, it's not small, but I mean, and so the sound is so important, and it changes so much. I wanted to create this idea that this communication of the caves, I mean the water, the sound of it changes because, and it changes because it has a different movement. It works with time, the time of the sequence, how the movement creates a different sound and changes the sound. So suddenly it goes away and disappears, and then it's silent for a while, and then it comes back again, like the waves or like the tides. In the outdoors, the elements